mental body. So that was a blocking foul.
That was a charge.
And it is Tuesday.
That was a charge.
So we're talking
My
some
feet
NBA
were
basketball.
set.
Your feet were
What do you
not
mean I was in
set.
the illegal zone?
Your feet
What do
were
you
not
mean
set.
I was in the illegal zone?
This guy. It was a block.
Right, ready? Who am I?
And I got the and one. Oh. Kyle Lowry.
NBA champion Kyle Lowry,
That's true. Congratulations to the Toronto Raptors on their championship. They did it. They did it. I mean, I'll be the first to admit, I did not think they would win the series prior to all the injuries. Not that that's taking anything away from their title, because they very much deserved it, and they still dominated the Warriors. In what games 1, 3, when the Warriors were
4.
healthy. Clay missed 4, right?
Clay missed 3.
Clay missed 3. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The Warriors, even without Clay, have a very good lineup, and the Raptors still dominated them. They had the depth, and they look good doing it.
Yeah.
So congrats.
We talked about last week.
Credit.
The Raptors were the more aggressive team, I would say,
Yeah.
pretty much the entire series. And so a lot of times they were just bullying the Warriors, and they looked like the better team, and we doubted them.
We
And
did.
they proved us wrong. So congrats
they did.
to Toronto.
Their
getting
first ever in
first-
franchise history.
Yeah.
So that makes
Absolutely.
now in the NHL and the NBA,
Yeah.
each team gets their first ever titles.
And football and baseball.
Yep.
No, wait. Nope, that was wrong.
No, that a little bit.
All right.
So yeah, any thoughts on it? I mean, I thought it was a good finals.
I thought it was a good series.
I
for the
wanted
most
to
part.
see 7, just as a fan.
I personally, the only thing I will say is I wish that the Warriors would have been at full health to watch the two teams, because I feel like the games would have been a little more competitive.
Yeah.
At times, the Raptors just made it look too easy
I agree.
with some of the runs they went on. And even when the Warriors had the advantage, they still were squandering it because of how, I don't know if it was just how rested and ready the Raptors were. The Raptors just looked like they wanted it more, to be honest. So I would have liked to see a full-powered Warriors team with Kevin Durant, because when you saw Kevin Durant in the one game that he did play in, they got off to a real good start, and that would have been... And it was a good game to the end. It was a very good game.
It was.
So that's my only thought on the entire series. Otherwise, again, the Raptors played like they deserved it, and they did.
I agree completely. So then we had big trade news, yesterday? 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Yes.
2 days ago.
3 days ago.
3 days ago.
4 days ago.
In the past few days, we had big trade news. So the Pelicans finally trade Anthony Davis.
Where to? Where'd he go
They
to?
trade him to the Lakers,
Oh.
which was going to happen a while ago, if you remember, but then that trade fell through, and now it happens. So Lonzo Ball,
Yep.
Brandon Ingram,
Yep.
Josh Hart,
Yes.
and 3 first-round picks.
For this year, next year, and the following year.
Yes, correct. For Anthony Davis. That's all they got back is Anthony Davis. But what a player to get back. Debatably a top 5 player in the league.
Correct? Top big.
I mean, you pair him with LeBron now. You still have a little bit of money to add some more pieces there.
Absolutely.
The West just got a whole lot more interesting, and even more so, I'm happy the Sixers are in the East. Even more now. Go ahead, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing to take away from this is what the Pelicans actually got in return, more so than the fact that the Lakers got Anthony Davis. As you said during the regular season, the Lakers, I think, tried to give everybody on their roster except LeBron to the Pelicans for Anthony Davis, and the
Essentially.
Pelicans said, no thank you. But now they get back Brandon Ingram, who is a already solid player in the
Solid
NBA.
player, yeah.
He's a good piece to build around for sure.
Yeah.
You then also get Josh Hart, who I think is the steal of this trade.
I think
because
he is so full of potential.
a lot of
High
untapped
ceiling.
potential. So
Like way up there.
yeah, and you can't sleep on Lonzo, seeing as the fact that he's only been in the league for 2 years now. Still a lot of potential there. I mean, he got drafted so high because people thought a lot of him. Now, we obviously thought a lot of Markelle Fultz, and we see where that got us. The 3 first-round picks that they
was a
get
low blow.
are also important because they already have the number 1 overall pick this year, and they're now pairing that with the number 4 overall pick, which we'll get into in a second.
Yes.
Where it gets interesting is if Anthony Davis and LeBron only play one season together, next year's first round
Which
pick.
his agent essentially already said they're only going to play one season together. Because no matter what, he said Anthony Davis is entering free agency.
The Lakers will be able to give him more money than anybody else.
This is true.
But if they play well together, sure, next year's first round pick is a little later in the draft. It's still a first round pick nonetheless. So the Pelicans will then have 2 first round picks. The following year, so now 2 years down the road, if Anthony Davis doesn't return to the Lakers and the Lakers only have LeBron and once again miss out on the playoffs and once again happen to fall in the lottery, I believe all these picks are unprotected, the Pelicans could be in a very, very, very nice situation.
Very nice situation.
Tell us about that number 4 overall
So
pick.
even more so, given what you just said, it makes this year's 4th overall pick a little more expendable, given you already have the 1st overall pick and now 2 first-round picks the next 2 years after this. And there are reports that the Pelicans are now dangling that 4th overall pick to the Washington Wizards in a package that would involve Bradley Beal. Those talks are reportedly getting more and more serious with each minute that passes.
Could be interesting.
By the time this video is uploaded, who knows? Maybe that trade will have
Yeah.
happened already. So that's something to keep an eye on. We were just talking about this right before we started recording. I like this move for the Pelicans. Bradley Beal's a proven player, great shooter. He's still young, but also a veteran at the same time.
Yeah.
I think that's a valuable piece to give up the 4th pick for, and I think it's worth it. I like it.
I personally think that the Pelicans should just go ahead and use both first-round picks this year to get as much young talent in as they can and roll with it. I think New Orleans is a solid free agent destination now for veteran players who have the desire to maybe play with a young core and teach them.
They can compete.
They
as
won't get
early
a
as
star,
this year.
but they will compete.
They really
get a
can.
chance that they're going to make the playoffs.
I mean, you forget that team has Julius Randle, Drew Holiday. They have solid pieces there already.
Yeah.
Very productive players. This is very exciting. So this is one of those trades, and we talked about this off camera also, that I truly believe will be a win-win for both sides by the end of it. Agree?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. Pelicans got a lot in return for a player who may not even return to the Lakers. The Lakers have this chance to woo Anthony Davis into staying with LeBron. And Anthony Davis may be the biggest winner of all because he gets to play with LeBron for a year, test the waters, see if he likes it or if he doesn't. And if he doesn't, he gets to leave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now switching over to free agent focus like we did last week, we're going to touch on 2 big-name free agents, probably the next 2 biggest, where we think they'll go, where we think they should go, and where they're rumored to go.
Yes.
So we'll touch on all of that. So let's start with Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson. All right. So I would say that he's got basically 3 options.
Okay.
He has the option to stay in Golden State. He has the option to go out and be his own star on his own team, being the key piece for anyone. Or he can go and pair himself with just another star, whether that be he goes to the Lakers, whether he follows Durant, wherever his decision may be. So his best option, and I believe the option that he will choose, is to stay in Golden State. I think what he and Steph have together is something special, and he is as good of a player as he is because of Steph. I truly believe that. If he goes and he's actually the best shooter on a team, there are times where you can make the case that Klay is the best shooter on Golden State. But if he goes somewhere where he actually is the best shooter, he is going to get locked down, and I think we're going to see that maybe Klay isn't as good as we always thought he was. He's still a great defender no matter what. You're not going to be able to take that from him. He's still going to be capable of being a star, but I think his numbers will lack not having somebody technically ahead of him. That's my thought process on Klay.
I agree with you completely. I think he should, and I think he will definitely stay with Golden State. I believe Golden State did mention they plan on giving him that Supermax.
They plan on giving him the Supermax. 5-year deal for both him and Durant.
So how do you turn that down? I mean,
yeah,
you're Klay Thompson. I really just don't see any other outcome for him.
Yeah.
The one we just said. The next free agent would be Kyrie Irving, another K.
Yep.
So Kyrie's options, he can stay with Boston. It's very unlikely.
Right.
He can sign with the Brooklyn Nets, which apparently
Heavy rumor.
is progressing.
Yeah.
And now the Lakers are an interesting one. With this Anthony Davis trade, now there's a lot of talk. Maybe Kyrie joins them. There would be mutual interest there. So for me, I think his best move would be to join the Lakers.
For sure.
But I don't think that's what he's going to do.
Okay.
I think he will end up probably in Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn definitely has they have more cap room than the Lakers do now at this point, given the Anthony Davis trade. So I think he's just going to take the money. I don't think Kyrie is as concerned with like winning championships as some of these other stars. Not to say he doesn't want to win, but I think money talks, and he's going to follow that.
Yeah. I agree with the first part, that Kyrie should go to the Lakers. Apparently there's a report that he wanted to play with Anthony Davis, and obviously he has played with LeBron, and he's made comments that maybe the first time he and LeBron played together, he was just a little too immature. And now that he's grown, he sees the true beauty of playing with LeBron, I guess.
The art form.
Yes.
That is LeBron James basketball. Yes.
I think what he will do is go to the Lakers.
Okay.
And I think, like I said, I think he'll realize that this is the move that's best for him, and it's going to be a win-win because he gets to play with LeBron again, which he, again, said that he liked.
Yes.
He said that he liked playing with LeBron. He said that all he wanted was out, but he then realized. And if you truly wanted to play with Anthony Davis, he fits in there so perfectly, and Anthony Davis is a huge upgrade over Kevin Love, no offense.
Wow.
Kevin.
Yeah. We love you, Kevin Love.
Yes.
But
wasted in Cleveland. So sorry.
For sure.
I'm going to say it. They fucked Kevin Love. They fucked him. So that's why I think for Kyrie.
All right. Well, so leave a comment. Let us know what you think,
Yeah.
where you think these people will end up, and what you think of that trade. NBA drafts this Thursday. We're going to do a little something special for that, much
Yes.
like we did for the Stanley Cup Game 7.
Yeah.
So we'll have some live reactions during that first round. I expect there might be a good amount of trades this year compared to years past, just given how crazy this free agency is and given the ripple effect kind of this Anthony Davis trade.
There are going to be a lot of teams trying to unload cap
Yes.
in
Yes.
the pursuit of Kevin Durant and pursuit of all these stars. I mean,
Mike Conley's rumored to be traded. We'll keep tabs on Bradley Beal. A lot of stuff. So we'll have live reactions there.
Mike Conley would be a good piece in LA for the Lakers.
He would
That
be.
would be a cheaper option at point guard. Just throwing that in there. All right, sorry. I'll let you finish. Go ahead. I'll go.
So yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, smash that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and tune in tomorrow for some NFL football. Not sure who'll be delivering that, but we'll have it right here for you.
Tomorrow's NHL.
Tomorrow's NHL Wednesday.